And what's going on, world? It's your man 5150 Media coming live and correct. I'm down here in Florida representing Michigan, as you see. And I got my brother from another mother, Marlow the Entertainer, representing Flint Town, Fenton.
5150. What's up, brother?
Oh, what's going on? How you feeling?
I'm representing Michigan State. You got Michigan down there. You know what's really coincidental, man. Since we reconnected, I mean, I forgot how many years we actually went where we didn't see each other for a long time, and then I kind of met up with you in Florida when I went to a spring break with my friend. And I mean, like ever since then, been trying to make sure I stay in touch with you. And it's really coincidental that we're both into music the way we are. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, you DJ, you turntable. You know what I mean? I'm more of a click and drag, karaoke style. But just both of us being into music the way we are. And another thing, which is totally awesome, my Batman mascot, which is totally awesome, is the fact that you are promoting positivity and motivation. You know what I mean? And you also you don't necessarily sugarcoat it, man. You tell them, you should be doing this when you're talking to them, and some people need that. You know what I mean? Some people might act like they don't want someone to talk to them like that, but some people need that kick in the butt, man. They need somebody to put them in their place like that, and so they can get something going. Because other than that, all we do is just keep telling ourselves, I'll do it, I'll get to it, or we'll run into the depression thing, which really just messes up everything when you're trying to do something positive for your life.
Yep, I know. I was the person that needed that kick in the butt, So when I found that tough love, I was like, I ran with it. I was like, thank you. I needed it. There's always ways to motivate people, but I was the type of person I needed that kick in the butt, that tough love. Worked for me. So your name is Marlow the Entertainer, aka DJ Chocolate Chip.
Yes, sir. The chip, bro chip. I got bro chip on my license plate.
Yeah. So obviously, I know you. The world doesn't know you quite. Not everybody, but you are into. When it comes to music and entertaining, what do you do as far in that genre?
I entertain music. I'm a vocalist. I'm basically a singer for hire for the most part, but right now I'm actually with a group called Itch-Crew Park, which is a tribute band for a late 60s, 70s tribute. And I also do work with another band called Handsome Devils, and it's all cover music. Now, Itch-Crew Park is more of, hippie style, 60s, 70s, late 60s, 70s tribute music. And then the Handsome Devils, they do pretty much music across the board as far as covers. I DJ too as well. I'm more of a computer, click and drag, and let's have some fun, request and karaoke DJ. And I call myself Marlow the Entertainer because, I'm always wanting to entertain somebody, not necessarily always in music and stuff like that, but just, a wakeboard. I mean, I'm very active when it comes to, physically active. I'm kind of safe though, I'm 50 years old now, so I really got to be even more conscientious of the stuff that I'm doing. But I love life. I'm a life lover. I think I've proved that over the years, how much I love life. Actually love life and people. So I mean, all of my adventures and stuff like that, it had to have people in it, you know what I mean, in order for it to be proper, you know what I mean?
Well, just remember, J-Lo, I don't know if you saw the Super Bowl, but J-Lo said 50 is the new 20.
Hey, I mean, if you're taking care, mind, body, and soul, I have to say no more. Right. If you're doing that, then hey, I mean, why not? I mean, it's a good practice because if you don't do it, what happens. But it's not always guaranteed that if you go through the process, mind, body, and soul, and it's not always, you might not make it, but I think in more cases you will. I mean, things happen. You just never know what's going to happen. But if you're living your life a certain way, as a practice, as a habit, I mean, really, if it's good for you, then it's good. Whenever I say good too, there's always somebody will say, what do you mean by good? But it makes sense because you can say what's good to me, but that doesn't mean what's good to me is a good thing. I could be evil. And so me being evil to other people could be, I'm good like that.
So now, when did you start noticing that you were into music / entertaining? How young? When did you first start? Was it where you danced on the couch for mom and for people, for guests, or when did you figure when did you first start entertaining?
I would say from pretty much childhood. And me and my sister, we were best friends back then, man. And we used to like square dance for my mother's company. She'd have her friends over, whatever. We'd get our little square dance together and start, you're talking, 8 and 10 years old, you know what I mean? Just having a good time.
Yeah.
So pretty much since then, I mean, my mother was always singing. I've always loved music, because I grew up on, soul, 70s, 60s and stuff like that, soul. And then I got into rock when I was about probably 10 or 11. I got into like rock music. I think the first rock song I heard was by Billy Joel, and it was "So That I Da, 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 da. Love isn't always on time." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember being in the back seat of my father's car. We were going down this dirt road.
Which car? A lot of people don't know which fathers. A lot of people don't know we have the same father. So when you say my father, which
our father? Yeah, let me think on that. Yeah, this car was. And you probably knew the guy, but I can't remember what kind of car it was, man. It was just, I was really, really kind of young then. And and plus I remember just in and out of sleep as we were traveling down this road, just me waking up, seeing pitch black darkness, dirt road, and I was kind of like freaked out, but I was still kind of sleeping. And then I got up, and I think he carried me into the house, and I fell asleep in the house. So, I mean, but I remember that song being played. Our dad, and that's another thing that's got me into music was, your uncle, your dad, both uncles, Tyler and Merle, were musicians. Tyler played drums, Merle played guitar and drums, and then our dad, Ellery, played guitar and sang. And did he do drums too? Was he a drummer also?
All I remember is at our grandmother's house, they had the garage that was away from the house, I believe, downstairs. These are vague memories. They had the whole band set up down there, as far as I remember.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember sitting on his drum set, and I was too small for it, and I started playing, and I fell over and hit my head, fell off the stool.
Good Lord.
I don't know that was a long time ago. He actually gave me that drum set later on in life. Yeah.
So I think we had a lot of the same influences growing up. So
that explains it.
So we were both born in Flint, right? You were born in Flint too, right?
Born and raised in Flint, Michigan. Yes, sir.
So how much influence do you think Flint, Michigan and Detroit influenced you on your music taste?
Well, definitely Detroit, especially Motown, man. Flint, hell yeah. I mean, MC Breed. Oh, 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 girl, tonight. What was that, man?
I know you're talking about. Was that, were they out of Michigan?
Ready for the World. There you go. Yeah, man.
Are they from Michigan?
Yeah, from Flint, dude.
I didn't know.
Flint. I used to do it. I'm telling you, I still listen to that album, some of their music, not that album, but some of their music every once in a while. I think Carla dated Triplet, whichever one is Triplet, last name is Triplet. I think he was a drummer or something like that. I can't remember for sure.
Okay.
So, but that's how I knew him. Dating family. I mean, I know some violent shit, but it was what it was, and they made some money. They were from Flint. They were an influence.
Wow, I didn't know that. See, I just learned that, so I'm going to do some research on that when we get off of here. I need to know this stuff.
A lot of the rock influence, a band called Parrot Gentry was the lead singer, and I met these guys out and I saw some guys playing, and I forgot exactly how I met Eric, but I think I met Eric actually doing, that's another story. But anyways, so they were in a group called Fiends in Wonderland. And they did cover music and did some originals too. They really, these guys were awesome. Everybody's good. Drummer, guitar player, bass player. Bass player was Paulie. Forgot his last name, but dude, like a Flea, a guy who played like Flea. If you want to talk about, you want to reference someone who he reminded you of. His style was like that too. The drummer, Cam Skills, man. When I saw them play, I'm like, man, I would love to have a drummer like that because he was so versatile and he could put it like this. We were at an after party. They did a 3-hour show. I forgot, how it goes. They did a whole full night show.
Where at?
This was in Flint. This was probably at the machine. It wasn't the machine shop then. It was either at, they played Rubes in Flint a lot. They also played downtown. I can't remember all the places, man. They played a lot of the festivals, Genesee County Fair, stuff like that.
Okay, now a lot of people don't know, but you've been in multiple bands. I remember when I first knew you were in a band, you were in an all-black rock band, right?
Right, that was New Rock Soul. And man, let me tell you, man, those were some powerful dudes too. I mean, experience, creativity. I mean, even the whole concept of what Anthony was doing was just, I'm telling you, man, it was really cool stuff. I mean, I still listen to it. Obviously, I can't play it out in public. I would love to, but I still have some recordings and I still listen to it. And it's some really good stuff. I would actually love to be able to redo some of those songs if he would let me and we somehow come to some agreement. I don't really know how that would go. He's a pretty cool dude. His idea, I mean, I basically came in as a singer. The most of the music was pretty much either written or in the process of written. That's music and lyrics. The concept of the band was already set up. So all I had to do was come in and fit this front guy. For me, at first it was nerve-wracking, man, because I was so not necessarily shy, but just insecure with this, because this type of singer for this type of music to me, which he never, Anthony, dude, he's cool as hell, because I didn't have to be this type of singer. He just wanted, he would just say, like, think about this and think about how, you know what I'm saying? Think about how this is going and, think about how you would act. And it just, whenever I was singing the music, I'm like, man, it made me want to get kind of wild, but I was too subdued and just insecure about moving too much. But I wanted to be good most of all with the vocals. I don't make sure I was good with that. So, I think a lot of those songs we did, man, they turned out to be really good. Because we still had awesome musicianship in the band. So it was, yeah, dude, I would totally be down to do some re-recording of those songs.
I saw some videos and some footage of that. Did you guys played in Flint, right? Flint, Michigan?
No, we represented Ann Arbor. We tried to say Detroit a lot too, because everybody was like, I was from Flint, Anthony's from Ann Arbor. There was a guy from the kind of Detroit area. There's another guy from really close to Detroit too. So the name Detroit sells. We represented Detroit, Michigan, but I would still tell where I'm from because I was Marlo. You know what I mean? I came in with a fan base too, because I would, before I got with them. And that was a cool journey, man. We did some really cool stuff. I wish it would have been cool to see this band make it for sure.
You guys play Ann Arbor or Detroit, like Blind Pig or anything like that?
Dude, we played the Blind Pig. We played the Machine Shop.
Where's the Machine Shop for people that are listening that don't know where it is?
Oh man, the Machine Shop is Flint, Michigan, man. I'm telling you right now, this place is awesome. Everything about this place. They do national acts there. Seven Dust, Taproot, a lot of the new bands. I'm telling you, that place is. I loved playing there. Put it like that. That was one of the best places to play to me. Out of all the places I played. Yeah, it's bad.
Give us the energy. What does it feel like to step out on stage at the Machine Shop? And if all these great acts are playing and you go up there, like what? Like tell me. You're standing there and they're about to announce you guys. So tell me what's going through your head when you're just sitting behind the stage.
Oh, dude, I'm definitely ready to do this. Of course, you're always kind of timid and thinking about that, but that nervous energy makes me perform. Want to do even better. So it's all I was just ready. So we did a show at the Machine Shop where we did a show with Taproot too, but we did a show where the headliner was, I can't think of their name right now, but they sold out the event.
How many people are we talking in a place?
You're talking with something like that, you're talking 300, maybe more. I don't know his capacity. It's probably more. But it was sold out to the point where, you know, I always wanted to do a stage dive. I'm like, that'd be great, you know, because I'm crazy like that. I want to jump out on some people. I don't give a shit. Excuse me, sorry. So they had a screen projecting. There was a projector projecting just Segway stuff until everybody was ready. And when they lifted that screen, it was like just an ocean of people, man.
Wow.
And I was like, I told the guys, I said, I'm caged. I'm gonna stage dive. And they're laughing at me. Yeah, this is with New Rock Soul, and they're laughing at me. I'm like, watch this. I ain't totally crazy because I wanted to let them know I was coming out. You know, they weren't necessarily there. Some of our fans were out there too, but it was more about the other band, the band that was playing with us, the headliners. And I just wanted them to know that I'm coming out, catch me. And they did. They catch me. They threw me around a little bit and took me right back to the.
So where you at on stage? You look at the crowd, you say, I'm coming, and you look out at the sea, and what do you you just start trucking?
No, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm adventurous, but I gotta be safe too, right? Because I don't want to hurt myself. Because you always gotta think in the back of your head, they might just let me go and be like, I don't know you. So I went out and I told them I was coming out. I said, you guys, I know you don't know me, just catch me or something to that effect.
Wow.
And then I just kind of leaped out. I didn't jump real crazy, but I did jump off the stage until then they caught me. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it would have been, I would love to do a stage dive off a speaker, but you know, you need a huge fan base, some crazy ass people to do some stuff like that. But that would totally be me.
All right. So for someone who's never jumped off and staged that, what once you jumped and you landed and they caught you, like what did it feel like? Like for someone that's never done this, what did it feel like?
Because I wanted it so bad. I just thought it was the coolest thing. You know, like when you see the videos and pictures and the facial expressions of the people, man, they're like, it's a really cool feeling. Because for one thing, people are they caught you. They're not gonna let you fall. They know that if they don't hold you the right way, you're going to fall. So people are naturally wanting to hold you up and get you back to the stage safely because they're your fans. But still, I mean, I think that's great too. Just feeling the security, just the whole thing is just cool. I mean, it's a really great feeling to know that people either they like the sound the music that you do, or they like your image or whatever they like about you. That those people didn't really know us that well. So.
Wow. Where would you say would that be the best place you performed with that group? Like where the most energy, the best vibe? Was that the best spot with that group you performed?
No, we had a few cool gigs like that, but that I always use that one as we played at the Machine Shop a lot. We actually went on a campaign with this. It was a TV reality show. I think it was like 10 bands the top 10 bands out of so many bands will make it onto this reality show. It was through a company called Bodog, which is a online gambling, I think it was, but it was also some sort of promotional company too. So went through them. It was televised. It was we played. We had to pay for every place we played because every place we played was a competition against. We would make it to another round, right? So we need you guys to be here. There's going to be these many bands playing, and there'd be a nice crowd because everybody's fans there. All of the band's fans are there. We would play, and then they would judge you. You would go to the next round, and then go from there. So we made it all the way we went to Cleveland, a pretty famous, the Blues Club. That was pretty cool too. But we made it to we never made it to the TV show, but it was still a cool. I mean, that's what we love to do. So I mean, we drove to Cleveland to go to the show, you know, like most bands do. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the other band members that weren't from that area did too. But you know, we wanted it that much, and we funded it ourselves. It wasn't funded by no one else but us. So we were willing to sacrifice the money and just for the love of the music and the people.
So since you're in Cleveland, did you stop? I think the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is there, right?
We definitely stopped there and got some pictures.
What's that like? I've never been there.
The wax figures, a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, it was a couple there. Jimi Hendrix, I think there was a Jimi Hendrix one there. And I think there was an Elvis one too. I can't remember. It was a long time ago, man.
Wow.
But that was cool. House of Blues is what it was.
House of Blues. Okay.
House of Blues. Yeah. And that was a pretty cool venue. The Grand Rapids, man, I can't remember that place. I can't remember that place either. That was a while ago, man. But that was a big place too. It was nice. Nice stage. It was professional, everything. Just huge. It was great. A lot of people.
Did you ever get a chance to play with that band or any band in Detroit?
Say that again?
Any Detroit areas you play in Detroit?
Oh, Blind Pig is Ann Arbor. Detroit, we did the old.
I know they got St. Andrews Hall there.
We did this. We done St. Andrews Hall. We made it to a round in the Detroit Music Awards.
Nice.
For I think it was Best New Group or something like that. Okay. So we didn't make it to at least got nominated for that, and that was at the Fillmore, I think, and some other places. Yeah, man, it was cool. It was a cool adventure, man.
So for people that don't know, how would you describe St. Andrews Hall? Was it originally a church, or was it?
Right. So you're walking into a church. It has a basement, which is another venue. That one's, I forgot what that one is called.
7 Mile Eminem. That's the Shelter.
Yeah, the Shelter, exactly. Yep, thank you.
The whole 7 Mile movie, Eminem and all them.
Yeah.
So you performed in the church.
In the church, baby. I was swearing and everything.
Did you go get some Slows barbecue after you got done performing?
We would go wherever the food was closest, man. It didn't really matter if it was a well-known place or a famous place or not. We just would go get something to eat. We wanted to get something to eat.
Okay, now a lot of people don't know during this COVID-19, during this whole Corona Virus, myself and I see you're posting every day. You are doing the motivation workouts. You're up at 8 a.m. doing the Facebook Lives. You are hitting the music, hitting different spots, and you are doing workouts, and you're continually doing workouts. And I see you're motivating people to not just Netflix and chill, but to get up, keep the routine.
Right. Oh yeah, man. I'm telling you, just like what you're saying, what you're preaching every day. And I mean, I'm preaching the same thing. You just say it in a different way. And that's all. But I'm preaching the same thing.
Why? What's your why? Why are you doing this?
I'm also doing this for myself. So the whole thing behind me getting on the live to do my workouts is because committing myself, because I wanted to, for one thing, I want to get to the point where I'm more comfortable on live too, but I also could use this to commit myself to doing this workout, especially now. Like I said, I was hearing you, one of your posts, and you were talking about, especially right now when you have all the time in the world to do things. And at that time, I'm in the process of trying to better my focus too. But at that time, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, man, that I need to do it. So I'm like, forget it. I'm going to go online. I'm going to work out every single day, but I don't do Friday and Saturday yet. I'm building myself because I'm starting from, I'm out of shape. And I openly admit that. I'm not trying to necessarily act like I'm an instructor. I'm working out, but I know people are watching me, and people that might not be able to do some of the workouts, I also will show the modified version is what they would call it. I know I'm mindful that people are watching me work out. So if people are going to watch me, and maybe what I'm doing can actually rub off on someone else, so if I can make it easier for them to do that. And then at the same time, sometimes I may offer I'll talk through it a little bit through the workout, but usually I'm breathing so heavy, man, I can't. But anything that comes to me while I'm working out, I will definitely say, I'll say, okay, 30 seconds. I'm breathing heavy, 30 seconds come up, and I'm like, man, I still need a little bit more. I'm like, okay, let's go another 10 seconds. And I'll laugh about it, but I'm like, hey, yeah, I took 10 more seconds in this rest, but we're jumping right back on this. I said, and that's the idea. It's not, you have to work up to your ability and then take a rest so you can jump right back in. But now if you take a rest and then don't jump back in, then that's the issue right there. That's where your commitment is messed up.
See, when I was watching, I noticed being an instructor, I noticed you're real good with the people you're talking to, because I noticed you're like, only do what you can, like don't go too hard. like I'm noticing the way you're talking to people, because you know there might be someone out there who could hurt themselves trying to follow.
Dude, and yeah, no, and they and they might blame me, be like, hey, dude, I was watching you, man. And I do get posts like that where, man, you really kicked my butt today, and I'm like, that's awesome. I'm loving it that they, and some of the some of the people I don't know that they're working out with me. You know, I might see just because somebody comes through and takes a look at the live for a moment, it doesn't mean they're actually staying and watching it. They come in, watch it for a moment, say what's up, and get out. I understand that too. So it's all good.
Because I noticed also, just like myself, you incorporate the music too into the workout. How important is the music for what you
The
do?
music, oh man, the music is very important. But excuse me, I've been having an issue with Facebook as far as I do not own the rights to this music. They seem to make it a little harder to do certain things when you, especially if you can consistently have copyrighted music in your video, even though you will say, I do not own the rights to this music, and I will say it throughout the video. I started out saying it throughout the video, but I still was having issues, and I'm just relating. I'm assuming and then relating the issue to that because it wasn't happening and it ain't happening now. So I mean, I have to relate that to that. So so what I did was I would much rather play this copyrighted music or music that's familiar to everybody because I would like to get to the point where I would actually sing while I'm, because I like to do that when I'm working out anyways. But I'm right now, like I said, I'm just in my beginning stages and I'm trying to get to a certain point. So, I mean, I can't even breathe sometimes. I mean, I can breathe, but it's like I'm breathing really, really heavy. There's no way I can even get a song in. But so
Might have to break out one of your old CDs of your neuro school or whatever and just pop that in one day and just let it ride.
Well, the only thing with it was New Rock Soul, but I can't do that because we're not together, and he has the rights to all the songs, probably with the exception of one song that I co-wrote. It would totally have to be up to him to
let it go,
to decide to, and that's and I understand. He's always been that kind of person because he's been he's been double crossed before, so I understood that.
So what do you got planned next? You got the workout going on. So once they open up the doors, now do you plan on you have an actual? Are you active in a band right now, or are you going to be putting together a band, or what's going on right now?
I'm active right now with 60/70 Tribute Band, and I also work with another group called, or the tribute band is Itchy-Coo Park. Okay. Itchy-Coo Park, Michigan. Itchy-Coo Park, Michigan would be the website, and then there's just a Facebook, and then there's Handsome Devils. And the reason why I do this is because I like the music. I like the 60s, 70s tribute stuff, but it's a tribute thing. So we have to sing that type of music. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of music there that's really good music, but I mean, where I came from basically soul, R&B into popular rock, mm-hmm. heavy metal like Metallica, Slayer, trance, dance music, techno and stuff like that.
When the gates are open and they allow us to have public gatherings again, what do you foresee on the future as far as your bands or just as your workouts or Marlow the Entertainer? What do you want to jump to when they open the doors and say, all right, Marlo, you can come out and play now. It's safe to go out there and gather.
What would be a really cool gig is where I can perform, mm-hmm. whether it be DJ or singing in the band, mm-hmm. but it would have to be somewhere on a lake where I can go wakeboarding after my set is over.
Wow.
Obviously it would have to be a morning, like not a morning, but one of those afternoon gigs where we still have time and heat left to do stuff like that. And usually around that time when it gets kind of mellow, the water's perfect. So I mean that would be perfect for me because I still love to wakeboard. I love life. That's my thing. I love life. Almost everything about it, right? Almost everything about it.
This sounds like an event. Like, I say you should do it. So this right here, you might want to talk to your boating buddies and your band buddies. I mean, this could be something. So where would you do so? Would it be Lake Fenton you would do this, or where would you choose to do something?
Something like that would, no, it would have to be because I'm thinking big, like it's a large venue. You know what I mean? Even, man, a place like that would have to, in Traverse City somewhere probably.
Traverse City?
Yeah. I mean, there's places closer too, but I don't know those places that well, but I know, or even Detroit.
Yeah.
Especially if the river was calm, especially, you know, during that calm time, especially towards the end of the day. I mean, that would be perfect because I would start off the ledge. The boat would be in the water, and I could just hold the rope and jump right off the ledge into the water and start my session.
Wow, I mean that sounds very interesting. Like you have to do logistics, but like if you got with some promoters and you made it safe and organized, like that'd be like some like almost like some battle on bands on the lake.
Right. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, man. That would be. No, I would totally be down for that. For sure. Let's do it.
Think Detroit's ready? They're ready. I know they're ready.
Hell yeah. Everybody's ready for entertainment. That's just it, man. Everybody wants to truly laugh and have fun. So, and sometimes you know, people who are willing to put themselves out there to offer the entertainment, whether it be, you know, wakeboarding, singing, mountain biking, just laughing, having a good time. I mean, that's truly, to me, that's what life is about, man. It's just trying to have a good time and just meeting people, helping people, loving people, and just, I'm telling you, life is, and I'm saying that's what life is about to me. So, I mean, at that point, everybody's got their own version of what they think life is about. It's not so much material with me. I'm a nature person for the most part. I do like to go out into nature and do things, but I like the city life too. I like people, you know what I mean? I like to be around a lot of people. I don't mind being around a lot of people. Maybe every day would probably be a problem, but on the weekends, nope. I think I'm good with that for sure.
All right, well, I think we better wrap this bad boy up before I get kicked off. You want to give a shout out to anybody, tell anybody how to get a hold of you, where to watch you at?
Itchycoo Park, Michigan, Facebook. Handsome Devils, Facebook. Marlow the Entertainer Entertainment, Facebook page. Marlow the Entertainer Morgan is my Facebook, my personal Facebook. I do have YouTube, but don't go there yet because we're not even doing that. I'm Marlow the Entertainer on Instagram.
All right.
Yeah, check all of that. There's going to be some shows coming up, and we're going to be getting more video footage of our shows too. We haven't been really getting a lot of video footage because we're just working, man. And you know, we just don't have somebody to do that yet. But we're going to be getting video footage of the shows, and so that's going to be interesting. But I totally used to be all into the video stuff, and I can't take the video. I even got on stage with a GoPro on my with a helmet cam, you know, because I'm like, I'm not playing. I wanted somebody else to do it, but nobody really wanted to do it. I still have that footage too, which is really cool footage. Yeah, that GoPro camera was a pretty awesome thing. I had the referee wear it in one of my fights. I asked him if he would wear it, and he wore it, and I got the footage of that still too, man. That was some pretty cool stuff.
So what lake is this? Would this potential party be on? What lake in Detroit?
I'll have to pick one out and get back with you, man. See what's up.
But when you're in Detroit, right there by the Renaissance, what lake is that? What lake is that?
I don't know what lake it is. It should be the Detroit River right there.
So right.
I'm thinking that's the Detroit River right there.
Detroit River Battle of the Bands.
Hey, and you probably could look that up and see that they probably had that titled like that before. That sounds so familiar. Detroit River Battle of the Bands. That shit had to have happened. That name sounds way too good to not ever have a battle. And I'm pretty sure it happened. So we did some shows in Detroit during their festivals. What's the Detroit festival that they have every year?
You got to the EDC. Is it EDC? The one here is EDC, but it's the Electronic Detroit Music Festival. Is it the electronic music?
No, it wasn't the Electronic Music Festival, but it was a music festival. So we also played in that right there on the Detroit River. It was pretty cool. Oh, the March Madness thing. They had a entertainment during March Madness down by the Detroit River. So that was pretty cool too. brother.
But yeah. We're gonna check back in with Marlo 6 months to a year, see what he's doing next, and go check him out on all his pages. Marlo the Entertainer, representing Flint Town, Michigan.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Right, brother.
150 Media. Yeah. Yeah, man. I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate it. I love you, brother.
Hey, love you, brother. Let's keep pushing the love.
Yeah, man. You keep doing what you're doing too, man. It's awesome, brother. Okay. And thanks for the interview, man. You take care.
Peace and hair grease.
All right, man. Peace.